Yeah, so make a diary of the things that you do and rate the pain and the fatigue. If you have the pain, because I know some people don't. I know some people just have a general fluey ache and then really massive fatigue, whereas I have pain as well. So I had to rate pain and fatigue, and it was to sort of give myself an idea of how much energy I was really using up, and it kind of blew me away because it's a lot, basically. Um, my husband and I did a test where I wore his heart rate monitor thing that goes across there, and I climbed the stairs. I used to be able to crawl and like pull myself up with the banister. It took me about 15 minutes, and my heart rate went through the roof. And it basically was like, this is the equivalent of, it's more like a sprint. And it's like, I've just got up the stairs. That's crazy. But it kind of gives you an idea of how much energy you're using up. And I'll get him to tell you a bit more about that because he's agreed to share his experience, because obviously it's important for carers to know that they're not alone as well. So carers, this is for you too. Woo! Living with me. Awesome. So he's going to tell you a bit more about things like anaerobic exercise and lactic acid buildup and things like that, because he's really clever and he knows all about that kind of stuff. I just experience it and he tells me what's happening, which is great. And yeah, that's basically been my life. I got a wheelchair about 4 weeks after coming out of hospital, and it was about 400 quid, but it was a really bog standard wheelchair. And actually, I think probably some of my problems I have now with my back and stuff are probably due to the thing of not having a fitted wheelchair. But I actually went for a meeting thing to see if I could have one that was fitted to my body, and it came out at like £8,000 or something crazy like that. So we're like, you know what, we're not going to do that. So interesting. Yeah, and basically the whole thing about graded exercise, what they don't tell you is that it's like, if you can't walk very far, you do like an extra step a week. It's that slow. But what some people sort of think graded exercise is, you know, oh, I'll walk to the end of my drive one day and then I'll walk to the end of my road the next. And it's like, no, do the end of the drive, if you can do that far, until it doesn't affect you. So that can take months. But that is what graded exercise actually is about. It's really, really slow, really listening to your body. And if you're anything like me, you have the thing that you actually pay, energy-wise and pain-wise, you actually pay for the activity 2 days later, which is incredibly difficult to sort of train your brain to go, you know, the next day you'll feel okay. So you're like, oh, I could do something else. But then that's when it's like a vicious cycle, because then you're paying for that activity there and then that activity there. No, and it's just like, whoa. So something that I do, which I will show you in another video, is an energy point system. So I can visually see, because sometimes I can't tell, what my energy levels are like, and whether I can get away with doing anything extra. I'll tell you more about my experience with doctors and things in another video, but I just wanted to sort of tell you, sort of, that's how I got into this journey, and that's how I'm carrying on with just pacing and listening to my body and trying to make it work. Anyway, hopefully this is sort of rung true with some of you, and please tell your carers, whether they're family or friends or actually somebody that gets paid to come and look after you, please tell them about this channel, because it's going to be so helpful. I'm going to get my sister, who's like my part-time carer, to talk to you, and my husband as well, because obviously for spouses it's really hard to see somebody in pain and not be able to help them. So he'll, you know, share his experiences with you. And please like and subscribe.